Yeah, look at that side-by-side comparison. Wow. Maybe someday this one will look like that one. So I had this one spring left over, and I thought I had ordered all the correct hardware, but I guess not. I need this spring here. So that's where I messed up. This didn't have any springs on it when I found it in the Stuffalanche. So I think overall pretty good, considering, right? So yeah, we're gonna take that and move it over there. Then this is gonna be their good spare. Yeah, she looks real nice. It's all good. I'm sure that we'll find a place to install this very, very quickly. Yeah, happy Saturday. We're back on A2s. Project 1-to-1 rebuild is out in my back seat. They did order a new moving deck scissors cam, so when that comes in, we'll put that on that spare 1-to-1 assembly, and then that'll go in lane number 5, and the one that comes out of 5 will go into lane number 20. All right, so first one on the list, broken support track, but check this out. The track support's not supposed to wiggle either, so we may want to put some new bolts in here too. We're loosey-goosey down there as well, so one bolt back there and one bolt right there. We'll swap that out real quick. So really this isn't super duper difficult, but maybe it is warranted. You know, somebody may not know how to do this, right? So as basic as it might seem to some people, I think it needs to be done. You know, nobody's born with an inherent knowledge of how to. You know, what's the way I phrase it? You know, if you're a baby, all you know how to do is eat, poop, and cry, right? So everything else is learned. Yeah, she's flippy floppy, huh? It's not awesome. We'll start with the strut, and then we'll take a look at what else might be going on here. I'm sure there's a lot. We're not going to tighten this hardware down yet because we need to address some of these other issues first. Drop my bolt here. There we go. But we're just going to set her in kind of loose. Loosey-goosey. All right, that's slotted in. Let's take a look down here. So let's take a look at the bottom side of this support. No bolts. So they're either missing or broken off in there. That's lovely. That's never a good thing. Oh boy. I'm willing to bet they're broken. Let's grab something pokey and see if we can feel broken stud in there or empty hole. Something like this. Yeah, broken stud. Missing. So we've got one bolt we could probably thread in there. This one's broken. Let's see. What do we want to do? I'm willing to bet. Let's go out on a limb here. I think, hold on, let's get some more light on this. I think we could potentially drill into this stud, not with left-hand bits, but right-hand twist drill. And we could probably force the threads out that way. The other option would be, hold on here, taking the entire thing off. Let's start with drilling it in first, before we escalate to complete disassembly. We might get lucky. Well, could we simply just install one bolt? Yeah, we could. That would kind of fit the motif of this operation here. This plate's in the way. Dang it. All right, well, some disassembly required, huh? It is what it is. I mean, if we were gonna pull this thing out completely anyways, we may end up taking this bracket out anyhow. So it's not really any significant setback, right? Oh, we're walking a little bit. Hold on. Let's see if we can angle our drill bit here and walk back to the center of our stud. Is it working? Sort of working. There we go. However, our drill bit's a little dull. Let's see if we can find something a little sharper. Hold on. All right, we're back in with one size smaller. We started with 1/8. It's a pretty commonly used size, so I'm not surprised that it's slightly worn out. We need to go back towards the center of our stud a little bit, so I'm going to angle it over. Yeah, that's looking better. Fish. Should have brought the vacuum. There we go. Full send. Looks like it turned a little bit. Hard to tell under all the metal shaving. Should have brought the vacuum. Yeah, well, that's okay. There he goes. So really what we did, we drilled straight down, and once we got about a 1/4 inch deep, I just pitched the drill bit, it caught the stud, and spun it out. Pretty cool, huh? So I did scrounge through the shop. I found these. They are just a hair too long, right? Not crazy. Running the lane machine on this lane right now too. Watch your elbows. Lane machine's coming in. You guys can't see it, but we're just threading the 2 bolts back in down here. We can get everything lined up here. Nice. Hopefully. There we go. Oh no. Okay. This hole is done. There are no threads left in it. That might explain why the other bolt broke, huh? I don't think they have any more track supports. Crap. What in the world can we do here? besides hit it with a hammer and throw it away. Crazy. Well, I think we're done for here. All right, well, let's tighten this one bolt back down. Oh boy, that's not awesome. Oh no, these threads are trash too. Am I using the wrong size bolt? Have I made a mistake? Yeah, no, I made a mistake. Hold on, we have failed. Well, after what feels like searching for an eternity, I think we found some hardware that we can use here. These are not 1/4-inch diameter studs. These are 5/16. See? I made a mistake, which, you know, tends to happen from time to time. So let's try this again. See if I can line everything up here. Not having a lot of luck here. What? Why do I not have clearance? Sort of. There we go. This bolt realistically should be a little longer. This one is. Beggars can't be choosers, right? There we go. All right, this one's going in. This one's really short. It's only going to get like 3 threads in there, and that's not enough. Let me see. Hold on. I thought we were going to get lucky here, but I think we need to go to the workshop and scrounge more hardware up. Yeah, this will work. Check it out. Should go all the way through on our height here. It's kind of shiny. It looks like it's been broken for a little while. Please and thank you. Oops. I got this one lined up and the other one dropped out. It be like that sometimes. There we go. All right, we got 2 started, just like that. And need some tools here, huh? So we are going to ratchet these down, and then we're going to jump to the front side. We have some loosey-goosey hardware on that side too. So while nobody was looking, we got those 2 bolts tightened up and we brought our bracket back in. But we still need a little help here. We're missing 1 screw. And there's supposed to be a flat double hold washer between our clapper box pin here and this support plate. I don't think they have one. we may end up omitting that, but we still need to grab another washer, or pardon me, another bolt here. So let's start by loosening the bolt at the top of our support plate so we can make it kind of flippy floppy. It's going to let all of our hardware line up, and then we'll tighten the lower, tighten the upper, and then we can tighten our strut back there that we started with. Oh yeah, this might be a great time to mention that I have purchased some more magnetic camera mounting devices. So I'm able to give you guys two-handed shots like this once again. Pretty nifty. Cheap, made in China stuff off of Amazon. Get it now while you still can, while it's still cheap. That's going to be the end of anything remotely political that is going to come out of my mouth. Let's carry on here. We are not quite lined up. There we go. There's a shoulder on this washer, and that shoulder is not quite lining up. What? We are very close. There we go. No, that still looks a little off, huh? Yeah. Hold on. Perhaps we need to loosen that one up a little more too. Sometimes this kind of stuff can happen when you got worn out parts. We're trying to there we go. I'm holding up here. I'm lifting the track assembly and flexing this in. These parts are worn out, right? Have they seen better days? Absolutely. You know, but we may not be able to make everything beautiful. That's not our goal here. Really what we're looking for is, are these machines going to function properly? Greater than 75% of the time. Yeah. That's kind of the, you know, we realize these machines they're in kind of rough shape, right? So now that we're all buttoned up down there, we can come in back over here. What we want to do, we're just going to take some slack out of there. We want to tighten this side first. Always. I always tighten this side first. The strut is slotted on the side that mounts to the kickback. So let's go ahead. We'll tighten this down, and then we'll tighten our slotted side. Yeah. Yeah, tight. So let's give it the wheel test. We're not quite done yet. We got a loose bolt there. So we'll tighten that up and then see what else we can see. We don't want to look too hard, right? Because we'll spend the entire day right here on this one machine. All right, so nobody was looking, but I got that tightened up and passes the wiggle test. It's not going anywhere. All right, so lane 11, we didn't know. We came around the corner and we discovered track support. So that one's done. 31, some type of scoring issue. 37, 38, accelerator motor belt tracking. And 36, rake adjustments. Let's take a look at 31. I've already done a how to calibrate your camera for vector scoring video. So we're not going to cover this, but if you want to go backwards in time, there's a video about it. Alrighty, so 31 scoring. We did make some adjustments to the targets on the heads of the pins and our light level calibrations. We bowled a half game and that checks good. Let's go to 37, 38 accelerator motor belt tracking. Oh boy, yeah, look at this, all this dust and stuff. Gross. Belt shredded itself, huh? Yeah. Should be able to adjust this tracking a little bit. The belt's running into the motor and getting shredded. So I think what we're gonna do, let's start here. I'm pretty sure that this needs to be a carriage bolt, and it's not. That one's a carriage bolt. Well, it should be a carriage bolt. Hold on. Let's unplug incoming voltage and switch it off also before we stick our fingers in there. I can't even get my phalanges in there to feel the bolts. Well, one of the complaints was that this bolt, one of these bolts, maybe that one was just spinning around. This is not a carriage bolt. It should be, but it's not. It's okay. Need to be able to, oh, that might have been too much. Let's try right there. Ballpark it. Barely snug it up. And then, crazy. That might work. Right there. Why is it, I think our belt is stretched. Hold on. Yeah, our belt is worn pretty unevenly. I know, this is not a stock belt. It's okay. It's a Poly V serpentine type belt. This end is a lot thinner. Look at the ribs. Yeah. Weird. Let's give it a 180 flip and see what we can do. That might take care of it. We don't know yet. Or, I feel like we were here not that long ago. No, that was a different one. Same issue. Or similar issue. This bank is the only one that has an accelerator. Everything else is ball boosters. Well, that's definitely a no-go on this belt. They don't have a spare. But here's what I'm thinking. What if we flipped it around so the flat side is on the inside? Let's see. Let's see if that theory is going to work. It might. Why not? We know that that surface of the belt is not damaged. That might help it run a little more true. A little bit loosey-goosey here. We've run the end of our slots here. Well, maybe they've got a slightly shorter belt. Let's double check. Well, let's see. We found another belt in the shop, right? It is a little bit shorter, but we're all the way, the motor's all the way down in its slots. So let's see if we can loosen our motor, and then if this belt might fit or not. Oh no, we had a little more down room. So let's change our plans yet again. Put our the belt that we found on here back on. I thought we were all the way down and we couldn't add any more tension, but that is not the case. Belt's got some warp to it. Well, let's try right there. A little bit of belt tension. You guys can't see. Oh, you can. Good. Light belt tension. wants to, it's the belt still walking over into the side of the motor. That's not good. That's as much down as we can give it. And our pitch, we'd have to go over that way, and then we're too flippy floppy. So let's try this other belt. We might get lucky. We may not. There's literally only one way to know. Alright, belt fits. Barely, but it fits. All the way up in our slots. Tracking looks halfway decent. We could our pitch like this. Yaw, pardon me, yaw. We need to increase our yaw angle. Yaw. I need to loosen that up a little more. Hey, it's been a day. Let's look at it from the front side. Not bad. Not bad, not bad at all. It's kind of dark in there. Can you see my finger? No. Look at our belt tension here. We've got plenty of clearance away from the motor. Not bad. Let's turn it on and see what happens. But first, we're gonna tighten all the hardware down. It's pretty good. So one of the things I have discovered, this magnetic camera mount, it is it's like stupid strong on the magnets. I think what I'm gonna do, we're gonna make a couple of modifications here. I'm gonna peel the bottom rubber layer off. Each one of these circles is a magnet. I'm gonna take every other magnet out because we don't really need to like hang from the ceiling with it, you know. It just needs to hold a cell phone, and it does that really good on that side. But I was worried for a second there I couldn't get that thing off of the deck light. Crazy. So we can 37, 38. Come on, pen. We're good there. And we're gonna go right next door, lane 36. We're gonna check our rake adjustments. The complaint they're having is a lot of deadwood. Unfortunately, none of these machines have their rake drop linkage fully intact, so no quick drop rake. But what they're telling me is that the rake board is skipping over pins in the flat gutter and then pushing it back out. So we can at least try to solve for that. Wow, look at that. We had some parts. We have another 1-to-1 shaft. We have 2 cams for Scotch yokes and a plate. So now when I come here next Saturday, we will have 2 1-to-1s rebuilt and ready to go. And we can guarantee that they're going to run properly. So this last lane, this was the pins getting kicked out, deadwood out of the flat gutters. Look at that rake cam, end cam follower bearing. They're pretty trashed. There's a ridge here. Our bearing, I bet you our bearing is toast. Let's turn it on and run it. And just do 1 cycle. Yeah, the bearing's supposed to turn with the cam. That's pretty bad. Brutal. Shut it down. We need a new cam follower bearing. Probably need a new cam. The good news is they have a cam in stock, brand new. I don't know about the bearing. I'm not putting a new cam on if we don't have a new bearing. Well, no luck on that bearing. They don't have a spare. I spent 45 minutes crawling around through the workshop, even on my hands and knees, to look underneath the part shelves to see maybe by chance if one had fallen on the floor and been forgotten by time. No. So here's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to pull the bearing off and at least make an attempt to lubricate it. It may or may not work. Chances are it's probably not going to work, but let's give it a shot. So we've run her down to about 45 degrees. I'm going to remove this X washer and separate our link from our cam follower. Wow, that's on there. Am I squishing the wrong end? No. Has this X washer been used more than twice? Probably. Ugh. It looks pretty crummy in there. Let's see. I brought the big pliers. We're gonna turn the stud instead. I'm gonna need two hands though, so yeah, hold on. Well, I guess I'm going to need to buy a 1 1/4 inch wrench. I don't stock one. Usually I use the channel locks, but they've left this this over travel link on the detector, and I can't get my my pliers in there. But fortunately, yeah, they had a 1 1/4 inch wrench in their workshop. There we go. Problem solved, at least for that. Perhaps that was a bit naive of me to think that maybe I could just put some oil in there. She's trash, junk, done for. No spare. I did not get it on camera, but I did pull the bearing off. We did go to the workshop. We put the bearing in the vise, and with a 1 1/4 inch wrench, we turned the stud, well, applying a generous amount of lubrication. This freed the bearing up. Is it still bad? Absolutely. But let's take a closer look in here. Let me grab a flashlight real quick. This cam is totally chewed up. This ridge right here is the original cam surface. See if I can get a better angle. Yeah, so let's check it out. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? Absolutely trashed. Junk, junk, junk. Well, unfortunately, we are going to kick this can down the road. They've got the part number for the bearing. They have cams in stock. But we're not putting a new cam on without a new bearing. That would be foolish. Well, with that being said, time to pack up and go home.